So, I know it's been a little bit since I made a video. Things got a little crazy. I even had to cancel some of my delivery shifts because my brakes were misbehaving. I mean, they were grinding and all that stuff. So I had to change out the rotors, the brake pads, and actually the caliper on one side. The one side that I had to replace the caliper, one of the brake pads was missing where the caliper would be, and I mean, it was screwed up beyond all recognition. So, you know, I had to get all that fixed, which I got fixed last night. And, you know, I really should have done a video on me fixing my brakes, because I think that's a life skill that everybody needs to learn. Men, women, teenagers. But I married a mechanic, and I had him walk me through what I was supposed to do. Not do it for me, because I'm not going to learn that way. But, okay, well, you're supposed to be doing this. Now do this. Now do this. And the funny thing is when I told people what I was going to be doing yesterday, a lot of them were like, well, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. Your husband should be doing that. Yada, yada, yada. I had one guy be like, God, I wish my wife did that. I wish she'd learned something like that. And some of them don't really seem to understand that the reason that I do the maintenance on my own vehicles is so I can learn to do them and not worry about having to have somebody else do it for me in the case of an emergency. So that's where I'm at on that. I really don't want people to think that they absolutely have to have somebody else do stuff like that for them. You know, it's not that hard to do your own vehicle maintenance. I mean, am I going to do my own alignment? No. For two reasons. One, I don't have the proper tools for it. I mean, just about any maintenance thing, I have the proper tools. But I don't have the proper tools. I don't have the lift. So, you know, that's one reason why I won't do it. And for two, the place where I got my tires does my alignment check for free, and it's part of the package deal that I paid for. So they do rotation and alignment and all that stuff. Would it be something good to learn? Yeah, I'm not denying that. It would be a good idea to learn how to do my alignment. However, if it's something that I've already paid for, why do my own alignment? So there's been that, and today I'm going to be going back into my deliveries, since now I have a vehicle that is running and braking the way it should be. But it still just kind of gets me how some people seem to think that certain activities are beneath them because of social status or whatever. And yet you've got some millionaire playboys who will sit there and work on their own vehicles because it's fun for them to do. And I think what really gets me is those that think that maybe because I'm a woman, that's something that I shouldn't be worried about. You know what? I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working on cars. I like hunting. I like fishing. And I gut my own kills. So I guess what turned out to be, you know, what was originally just an update video kind of turned out to be, you know, a equal rights type thing. Because the way I grew up around mechanics. Two grandfathers were mechanics, two uncles were mechanics, my mother was a mechanic. So I grew up around that, and I took an interest in it. I mean, one of the biggest reasons I helped one of my uncles building his demo derby cars was because my mom set it up so I quit taking apart the toaster and stuff like that, which, by the way, the elements never quite go in the same way that they came out. That doesn't mean the toaster doesn't work, it just elements are all bent up. But I've always had an interest in how things work and stuff like that, so mechanics was probably a good field for me. And maybe I should have gone to school for it or done an apprenticeship or something like that. I haven't, but I'm only 36, so I have plenty of time to still do stuff like that. You're never too old to learn. I mean, even today, my daughter was having a hard time with her computer, not wanting to sign in. She tried restarting it, plugging it in, unplugging it, and I remember the last time that we couldn't do that, I was told to clear the history and then go for it. Well, I cleared the history and it wouldn't let us in, so I restarted the computer, cleared the history, and then went straight to the website that I was trying to go to, and it let me in the website. So, it was a trick I learned, but it was something I had learned. And I'm one of those that I think that if you haven't learned something new that day, your day has been wasted. It can be something new about yourself, just some odd fact that you didn't know, like pointless trivia, but it's something new. Life itself is an education, and we need to make sure that we learn as much as possible. I mean, is it going to stop us from reaching the great beyond? No. But it is going to make it to where life might be just that much easier. So, I guess I'm going with the whole importance of education, and not just formal education, but life education. And I know I make these kind of rambling videos, but to me it works out, and like I said, I get things off my chest, and maybe you've learned something from me. And if you have, that's great. If you haven't, okay. Maybe next time. So I'm going to close with a love you all, blessed be, and stay safe.